you're taking it harshly, which means you have a level of insecurity that needs to be talked with a third party.
Okay. I think you're too into that because I don't need therapy. I'm fine. I'm not insecure. I'm very secure with myself, but that's your opinion and it's okay.
Thank you for proving my point.
I feel like sometimes men, like when you're too confident, they think like it's a problem for them, and it's fine.
Okay to be insecure,
but I'm not. Okay. You don't know me. You just see me 2 seconds ago.
This man, he just said, you know, I feel like you have certain problems with insecurity. The reason why I'm saying that is because while everybody is giving you feedback, you're getting very defensive. You're a little bit upset about it. You're saying you're fine, you're perfect, you don't need to change. You know, he just made a statement that I think is very true. You know, a lot of people, if we want to go down the list of people overall in general, you know, people experience so many different traumas, problems, issues. And, you know, by the book, a lot of people definitely need therapy. And I think just as he stated, just as you're standing there and you're saying, you know, no, I definitely don't need therapy, I'm completely fine, when probably I would go on a limb to say maybe 95% of people actually need therapy to work through certain things that could be holding them back in life, or childhood traumas, or whatever the case is. And you're standing there and saying that you're completely fine. I would have to agree that you are kind of proving his point that, you know, well, I'm good, that defense is still there, that wall is still there.
Insecurity is something we all struggle with.
Okay.
And the fact that you can't admit that means that you haven't been able to work past it.
Okay.
And you're already proving to me that it's going to take work to communicate with you because you're not listening to me.
Okay, doctor, you got a card? I'll call you after the show and you can give me a session.
You can take my Instagram.
Sure.
And did I mention I was a doctor, or you just called me that?
I feel like you said doctor, but okay.
Yeah. So this is a great opportunity for you to learn that communication can be had without getting defensive. And we can talk to each other like adults and work through our troubles in the same way I have and in the same way you need to.
Okay.
So we can definitely talk after the show.
Okay, sure.
Okay. And now, as far as Doctor here, is he someone that you would approach? Is he your type in any way?
I mean, yeah, he's good looking too. He's tall like that, dark skin, sure.
And I can definitely afford you financially, but maybe not emotionally.
Okay. So you can't handle me is what you're saying, but it's okay. That's fine.
I can handle you. I just have to make the decision if it's worth my time to do that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It is what it is.
Man, open arms, like seriously, no shit.
Okay. All right.
Like it's all love. Just being honest with what I've been through and what it seems like you need to experience as well.
Okay. All right, sure.
Listen, okay? The reason why this man went viral is that same thing he just said right now. I can afford you financially. Oh, if it's money you're talking about, I'm a doctor, that ain't no problem. But emotionally, what it's going to cost me to be with you, to help mold you, to help lead you, to help guide you, I don't got that. In my emotional bank, I don't have it. Because I'm on a mission, I'm on goals, and I'm going to have to be turning around to try to help and mold and guide and argue with you when I come home and try to have certain conversations with you and fight you to the finish line for you to be the person that you're supposed to be. Because could nobody tell you nothing, but because of him being a man and being the quote unquote, you know, what she said that she really wants, height-wise, income, all these things, you know, that's the only way she would succumb to try to possibly bend, but it's still going to be a tussle. And he's saying, I don't got time for that. Now, you know, in turn, instead of her, again, really listening to the things that she's saying, back to the ego, back to the inflated ego, well, you know, so you saying you can't handle me, oh, I'm too much for you, I'm too much woman, you can't handle me. He said, no, that's not what I said. That's actually not what I said. What I said was, I could. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it's worth my time. I'd rather find somebody that's either, you know, closer to the line of being moldable.
Okay. Well, as we see here, all the balloons, unfortunately, did get popped. Right over here. Hey. Welcome. If I can have your name.
Kayla.
Kayla. And how
Yeah.
old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Okay, what do you do?
I do real estate and I'm a property manager.
Property management. Okay. All right. And now, what do you look for in a guy?
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation running. That's why at Granger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies and fast delivery. Call, clickgranger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
I don't know. They all look good though. They all look good, but I don't know.
Okay. So, what about height? What?
Oh, you gotta be taller than me with heels on.
Okay.
So, cause I'm 5'8".
Okay.
So,
And with
yeah.
heels, you're probably like 5'10".
5'9", 5'10",
Okay.
yeah.
Nice. All right. And so, what do you like to do for fun?
So I model on the side too. I also got 2 properties out here that I use for Airbnb. So yeah, I'm a I do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And then I got 2 dogs. So if you're not a dog lover, just go ahead and pop it now. Okay.
Oh, nobody's popping. Nobody is popping. Okay.
You don't
Okay.
like dogs? Oh.
All right. Let's go ahead and see why they pop their balloons then. Come on. Let's go with the one that popped first. All right. If you just want to stand right next to me.
Sorry.
Okay. If you don't want to just let her know your name, how old you are, and why you popped your balloon.
Hello, I'm Renard. I'm 27. You are really cute, and I like your personality. But the dogs, I actually like dogs, but I like to travel, and we don't have to get dog babysitters or something.
You don't gotta worry about that though.
Yeah, we really do though. We kind of do have to worry about.
Balloon for, that's on you, sweetheart.
Yeah, it is on me, and
That's on you.
that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, you're gorgeous.
Thank
I
you.
like your personality, but the dogs thing, I like dogs, but that's an issue
You
for me.
messing up.
Okay. So it was just the dogs, nothing else.
It is. If I'm gonna listen to, she said it's not a problem. So if it's not a problem, which I don't know, we'll see. But then maybe I'll take a balloon.
Okay.
Again.
But is she your type?
Oh yeah, of course. And I'm actually liking more about her, just her voice and the way
Oh,
she's
girl.
interacting with y'all more than actually the looks too, which is actually a
Oh, you're
plus.
so sweet.
Yeah. So.
And so is he your type?
Yeah, I mean, I don't discriminate. I like black men, so I don't care what color you is, light skin, dark skin. I like black men. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have preferences like beard,
No,
hairstyle.
no,
Okay.
I like it all.
So you're more of like a personality
Yeah.
person. I see. Okay. All right. Well, let's go to our next guy here to see what's going on. And if you could let her know your name, how old you are, and why you popped your balloon.
Jivens, I'm 24 years old, and I popped my balloon because I know her. Yeah. She's very beautiful, and yeah.
We just too close to friends, but it's okay. It's okay. No. We met while we're doing modeling, so like I don't cross paths. Once I put you in the friend zone, that's it. You ain't no coming back from that.
Okay. And do you
got
feel the
friends
same?
Huh?
You feel the same about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because just because somebody friends on you doesn't mean you have to do it back.
No, I already did.
Oh, okay.
I did it I did.
What is he questioning about?
Right.
What's the issue?
Got the fog
Okay,
back
if I can
on
borrow your
here.
toothpaste. So let's go ahead. Oh, you know
Man
what?
with the tie on.
Right when we were about to give the options to you, let's head on over here.
You see, the thing is that on paper, this woman sounds promising, right? She has a nice physique. She's 21. She's ambitious. She has, she already has some things that are going for her and stuff like that. But you see, there are some intricate details that I picked up as soon as she got there, that were very interesting to me. And so when she got to this gentleman, he kind of exposed a little bit of it. So I'm going to press play so you guys can hear, and then I'm going to give you guys my feelings as well.
Sir, if we can have your name, how old you are, and why you popped your balloon.
My name is David. I'm 30 years old. And the reason I popped my balloon, because as soon as you walked in, you look gorgeous, you look beautiful. However, she asked you a very important question. She asked you, what are you looking for? And you said, I don't know.
I don't know what I'm looking for.
That's the reason why I said no.
Okay. And now, how old are you again?
22.
22.
I'll
Okay.
be 23 in March.
Okay. And now, do you have like anything in particular that is like a red flag for you where you're like, no, that's
If
definitely
you're not submissive to me, I don't.
Exactly my point.
As in, I'm really a romantic woman. If we're not doing dates or like it's just us and we just always going out because you want to be seen and you want to be in this limelight, I'm not with that. I like my man to be laid back.
Okay, so you want to go on dates?
I do.
What do you like to do?
I like to do everything. I'm really like one of the ones like I just whatever you want to do, I'm here for it. Cause I'm really like adventurous. I like to do whatever. I'm not from here, so just me being in Arizona, I'm down to try new things. So.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, right? I said 21, but she's actually 22. And there's a lot of conversation that I want, especially the women, to be able to hear and listen to, especially if you're out there, you're single and you're dating. You know, she said that she doesn't know what she's looking for. She said that she is open to anything. She's down for anything. As soon as she walked in the door, she said that she has no preference on any kind of man. She's attracted to everybody who's standing there. They all look good. Like, this is all very free verbiage.
This new full coverage spray foundation is perfect for summer legs. This new foundation makes my skin instantly look naturally flawless from head to toe. I now feel so confident in my favorite summer outfits. It's waterproof, smudge-proof, sweat-proof.
Everybody who's standing there, they all look good. Like, this is all very free verbiage. When you speak in this very free verbiage, no matter how good you look, no matter how pretty you are, again, no matter how good it looks on paper, it is a space that is going to breed for a man to feel that he doesn't have the security in his relationship.
There you go.
Because you're a vibe person, right?
Yeah.
So on a whim or on a vibe, you could just meet somebody and interact with them and say, oops, sorry, you know, we just had a good vibe and a good connection, and so I ran off with this person.
Yeah, there you go. 100%.
It doesn't mean that necessarily she's that type of person, but this is what it sounds like.
100%.
It sounds like a certain day, certain time, certain vibe, certain connection, you are willing to go into certain spaces and just be.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like this is a very good learning experience, especially for the women who are involved, but also the women watching, because you can know the things that you have to work on. Because if that is not you, if you are not down for anything, if you are not the type of person who jumped from this man to that man to that man, you can understand how you are perceived. And based off of the perception that is out there with, you know, from yourself, you can say, okay, let me change this. Let me try to be more forward with who I really am. Let me not be so giggly and this and that and smile in all these men's faces. Let me be more straightforward on who I really am.
And she didn't catch your name, and how old you are?
My name's Adam. I'm 31.
Okay. And I did hear some people pop their balloon back there when you said something about submissiveness. So let's go back. Let's go back this way. Because I feel I know where it's coming from. All right. I wasn't even stopping now. I'm stopping you. All right. So if we can have your name, how old you are, and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Yeah, my name is Anthony. I'm 28, and I popped it because she was saying that she needed a man to be submissive.
She's too turned. He's too turned.
I'm too tired.
Why do you need your man to be submissive?
Because I'm submissive to my man, and I just.
Everybody can't be submissive, yeah.
We'll get to you. Don't worry. We're right.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. I don't think two submissive people should be in a relationship. So like I'm gonna be definitely the more dominant, and then the woman will be the submissive one. It only makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. And I was going to ask you about that. So if your man is submissive and you're submissive, what are you submitting to if you guys are both?
That's a good question.
Yeah, she don't seem like she know anything that she want. Like,
She just
That's
in here like,
exactly. Can I clarify something to y'all real quick? That's exactly why I'm here, to see what I do want. because I'm just used to finding men like in the club. I don't want that.
No,
I don't want the men that's in the club. I don't want that. I don't want it.
But she's lovely, she's wonderful, but like, yeah, there's too many, differences in opinion. Kind of a red flag for real. Yeah. Sorry though.
That's whatever, AP.
You see, this is the thing. You have a lot of younger women who are growing up and, they're taking the notes on how to be boss chicks. They're taking the notes on how to run, corporations, how to start off in spaces where they are, making more money. They're not actually going to be in debt in certain spaces in time. They are working on being the best boss version of themselves. But when it comes to relationships, I find that a lot of these women are just repeating rhetoric. They're just repeating the things that they've heard and that sounds good and trying to be in the spaces that they are either competing with men or becoming the men that they say that they want to be attracted to or that they want to be attracted to them. And so when she's saying that she wants a man to be submissive, but she doesn't really know what submission means, because when somebody asked her what submission means, she turned and she said, well, I don't want a man that's outside all the time. I want him to be chill because I'm chill. But if there's two people who are submissive into a relationship, in a relationship, one person, so where are y'all going? Somebody got to be leading somebody. Y'all just going to be walking around in circles? Like, I'll follow you, I'll follow you, I'll follow you. Y'all not getting nowhere. Y'all are not getting anywhere. The dangerous part of this person, this girl, she has like a great, obviously a personality. She seems like a nice girl. But this is the issue. You see, this woman in the wrong hands could be easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Easily. Very easily, because she's young, and again, that she has that like glare in her eyes of just life and men and attraction. And I could be wrong. I don't know her personally. I'm just going off of, again, my perception, what I'm perceiving of what I'm seeing within this interaction. But then, if she's in the right regime with the person who is willing to do the work and leading and guiding her and obviously curbing some things, if she's willing to curb them, then I don't see that she'll have much trouble. Let's get to the guy that is, what all these girls were saying they wanted to pick as their number one.
Okay, so let's head on over here, because he already had something to say before we even got to him. So so first, let's have your name, how old you are, and then we can go ahead and get into why you popped.
Sure. My name's Dr. Elam. I'm 38 years old. And I popped my balloon just because you're simply too young. And
Quinn was about to find out just how destructive soul weapons were. Momo raced forward, cracking his flaming whip out. Quinn tried to dodge, but the whip lashed
young. And age isn't really a factor, but you don't know what you want.
How old are you?
38.
You 38? Yeah. Red flag.
So he's...
You are very easy. I wouldn't even thought you were 38.
Of course not. But it's less about being a red flag and more about being a liability.
I get it.
If I were to bring you into my life, you would be a liability.
Right. Do you got kids though?
No.
Can you?
No. You can ask another question.
You said you're a doctor, right?
That's correct.
Okay. I don't even know what to ask you because you don't like me. I'm too young.
It's not,
if you change your mind, I'm open to it though.
Why would you be open to it?
Because you're handsome, for one.
So you only like me because I'm beautiful.
Just like I'm beautiful.
Yeah, but that's not why I would only like you.
So why would you like me? Because you didn't answer that.
Because you can bring something and add something to my life. But because you're a liability, you can't add anything to my life.
Right.
You would be a liability to everything.
So what can I not add to your life? What is that?
You can't teach me anything. You can't help me with my finances in any way. You can't add any intellectual anything into my life. And it's not because you're not capable. It's just because you're not there yet. You're not there yet.
Right.
And if you're not already on that path,
I'm already on it. That's the problem. You don't know enough about me.
You're absolutely right. I don't know enough about you. You said you have Airbnb
Good luck
properties.
with the other girls back there. You messing up. Oh, next. Oh.
And I can tell that you're triggered, and that's okay.
I'm not triggered, sweetheart. You are very handsome.
We can work through this
But
together.
you
Please
said I
put your
can't
hands
bring
down.
you anything, so it's like,
Right.
there's no need to talk.
You
I
can't
just
bring
said,
anything right
you left with the
now.
other girls.
Say, okay, and this is why your immaturity will prevent you from being with a real man.
No, I've dealt with real
Because
men
you're not
before.
listening to me. You're trying to talk over
Go ahead,
me.
I'm listening.
Adults have conversations.
I'm listening.
Okay? So if we were to get together, you would be asking me questions like, Dr. Elam, what did you do to acquire everything that you acquired? What did you do to learn everything that you learned? What type of habits and skills do you have that can help me get to where I want to get? You have 2 Airbnb properties. How can we get to 4? How can we get to 8?
I already know how to do that. My dad. That's how I got it.
Next contestant, please.
The point that she's completely missing, it just went right over her head, and I think it's because he didn't break down the liability. I mean, I completely understood, and I'm sure a lot of you guys understood what he meant by liability, but I think in the atmosphere in which he was trying to explain it, I don't think it really I don't think the message like reached her in the way that it should have, because he's talking about liability, and he's saying that basically you're young, right? You're in spaces, I'm already doing certain things, but at the end of the day, if you are somebody who's not going to be able to listen, that's going to be a problem. Because yes, you have room to grow, you're very ambitious, and that's amazing, but all of that is very short-lived, and is only cute for a minute if you are not willing to listen or to be able to take heed to what it is that I am telling you as a leader. That's the problem. And I think that he gave her very constructive criticism, and also again, even the behavior of I'll let everybody fine, this, that even that's a liability. Again, to the security of the relationship. Down for anything. That's another liability. So it's the not listening, it's the that kind of free spirit energy. It's going to bring some kind of conflict. And even saying that you dealt with real grown men before, I mean, I think that was even, in my opinion, that was just kind of nonsensical to even bring up, because at the end of the day, you're not with them. So, but I mean, like I said, she's young. She has room to grow. She has space to learn. And again, I hope that this is a learning experience, right? Not just a little fun thing. I hope it is something that she is watching and taking in and listening to what it is that people are saying. Even the fact that, this man said to her, when she's just walking away, she's like, oh yeah, I was gonna pick you, but, he said that you're a liability, he popped his balloon, he's not interested, and she's like, well, I'm open to it if you change your mind. He's like, why? Like, why would you want somebody who is blatantly telling you that they don't want you? Because of how you look. Okay, that's scary. That's scary, because based on the way that somebody looks, you are willing to go into different spaces. You are willing to do certain things. That's not comfortable for men. And again, if there's women have different goals. There's some women who are not looking to be anybody's wife. They're just looking to have a good time, have fun, have this and have that. If there's a whole different set of rules when you're playing that game. But when you actually do want a companion, you want to be married, you want to be somebody's wife, you want to be under somebody's leadership in a loving and functional relationship, there's certain criteria that across the board you can ask men and they will tell you. They want that security. They want to feel like you only have eyes for them, that you're not for everybody. Everybody can't have you. Everybody can't have access to you. Everybody can't even feel like they have access to you, even if they can't physically. Even if you're the type of person that's like, nobody can get around me and act a fool. No, I don't play that game. But if you're giving off a certain energy, and based off of, again, perception, they feel that way, that's another problem. There was a lot more, there was a couple more women who actually were involved in this show, and I think it was very interesting. The doctor, there was a young girl who I think was 21 or so. I think she was in I don't remember exactly what it was that she's doing. I think she was in school, and the doctor ended up choosing her. But in my opinion, I believe it was just a tactic to show that women in their mindsets can easily change based off of the man who's in front of them. You know, because the woman who he chose, she was young. She said that she did not want anybody older than her. She rejected men who were 30 years old. I think she was 21 or 22. And, you know, through him just talking to her, she all of a sudden changed her mind. She went from 30 is too old to now she's talking to somebody who's 38 years old. And again, I think that that was just a tactic to show that as much as women talk a big game, when the man that they say that they want, who can provide something to fulfill their needs, is standing right in front of them, they're going to be singing a different tune. I like this. Okay, I like this. I would like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I know it is a little bit of a lengthy video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.
I didn't know there was another girl over there, like on the other machine, and he got up and started talking to her. Let me tell y'all something. I did cry. He just saw me as someone who could boost his ego when he needed it, and hopefully a quick in his book.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. Now, I was actually scrolling through the wonderful world of TikTok, and I just so happened to stumble across a video of a girl boohoo crying and typing on I don't know what she was typing on, a computer, laptop, whatever it was, her feelings. And this is what I saw. As you can see, it says writing a post on my blog instead of crashing out, and sending him a long paragraph about how he didn't have to acknowledge that fact that he saw me on my first date in the gym if he didn't have any intentions on taking me serious. And then immediately after that, I ended up seeing this video that has already garnered over 1.5 million views on TikTok. And in this video, it's the same girl that we see in the car crashing out, okay, crying, all this kind of stuff about, you know, her quote unquote gym crush and the way that things transpired. And I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys watch the video.
Okay, so I blocked my gym crush on TikTok, and I think I blocked him on Instagram so I can get some advice from my gym girlies, because I don't have an appetite, and that's not good, especially with me working out. So my gym crush happened to be somebody that I had a crush on in high school, and like for a couple of years now, we've just always somehow managed to see each other in like a random ass place every now and then. And like he always notices me before I notice him, so he'll come up to me and be like, hey, you know, we chatted up and it'd be a real good time. So I started working out. I go to this gym, I go to Crunch. So I go to Crunch, I'm in there my first day. I just did the Stairmaster and the treadmill, and then I left. A couple hours later, I checked my Snap, and I see that I have a message from the guy. And he was like, oh, you go to Crunch, da-da-da. And I was like, oh, I didn't, like, you know, I was like, oh, I didn't go to Crunch. Like, that's crazy. I didn't even see you in there. Like, you know, so we were chatting it up. So the next time I see him, like, obviously, my feelings have never changed for this man, like, ever. Like, anytime I see him anywhere, it's just going to be the same. Like, I'm going to feel the same way. So I go to the gym the next day. I'm looking forward to seeing him because he's very attractive. Like, very attractive. And so, like, I go in there, I see him, and I immediately, like, I'm really shy and nervous around him. And later on, I'll get to that. So this goes on for, like, I'm going to the gym. The first week is all like that, hee hee ha ha. Last week, it was hee hee ha ha, and it was, oh, come over Wednesday. So I go to his house. We hang out. We have casual conversation, catching up. He's saying certain things here and there where I'm like, okay. Like, you know, it's kind of tugging on the heartstring a little bit. And but other than that, like, it was a good time. And I'm not saying tugging on the heartstring in a bad way, like in a good way. And I was just like, oh. And so after that, I'm thinking we're gonna hang out tomorrow. He did say those plans were not set in stone. He was like, I will let you know. And I said, okay, cool. So boom, I'm going to the gym. I'm trying to muster up the courage to talk to him in the gym because, like, I don't know, I just be so nervous. And I told him that. And so I ended up texting him maybe Saturday or Sunday or Friday, I don't remember. And I was like, hey, I know why I'm so nervous around you. He was like, why? And I was like, you know, you give off a very strong masculine vibe, and that brings out the inner feminism in me, or femininity Like he makes me feel very feminine and want to be girly, and I feel so safe around him, and he's so soft spoken with me, and
let's just dial this all together, okay? Jim Crush is a person that she's seen since she was in high school. She's known him since she was in high school. She's always had a crush on him. She just said that this man is, in her eyes, extremely attractive and extremely masculine. Now, they hung out one day after the gym, you know, at his crib. Sounds like something was going on. I don't know. That's what it sounded like. Maybe she just leaving some little stuff out of the story. And then she proceeds to text him after only one time of them reconnecting and hanging out, and tells him that she feels so feminine around him. I don't know if there's parts of the story missing, but so far, we coming in hot. Okay? We're coming in extremely hot.
just like the way he was speaking, like everything. So I told him all of that. I was like, yeah, like, you know, like you make me literally want to melt into your arms. I'm being very, very, very vulnerable. Okay, I've never in my life extended anything like that to a man. So
vulnerable, a little too much. I don't know if that's vulnerability with this person that you're just connecting with. I don't know if I would consider that vulnerability. I would just see that I would see that as you're like divulging. You're like over divulging all of these pent up feelings that you've had for him all this time, because in his mind, I'm sure he was like, we hung out one time. How can I make you feel so soft and feminine from one interaction?
Trying to turn your marriage around is the only thing that will push her away for good. Let that sink in. I know you've been trying your hardest to keep things together, but right now, to get her back, you are doing the right things at the wrong time. She deeply feels the neediness behind your act.
Like, we hung out one time. How can I make you feel so soft and feminine from one interaction?
He didn't text back. I don't remember. He was just like, oh, like you should always surround yourself with people that make you be in your purest form. Like I'm happy that you feel that way, and some other. And so after that, I was like, okay, period. And I texted him. I was like, hey. The next day, I texted him. I was like, hey, would love to see you soon. Let me know when you're free. Radio silence. So that bothered me like a lot, and I ended up calling both homeboys. One homeboy told me just chill, relax, enjoy it, and I was like, okay, I can do that. But the other homeboy really put into perspective. He was like, everybody has that person in their phone that no matter what they have, what they're doing with you, they're gonna text back. And when he said that, I almost started crying, because I was like, I'm not his person. He may be my person. Like if he was to text me, I don't care where I'm at, I don't care what time it is, bro, I'm texting back. I'm not his person, and that made me so sad. So I ended up crying my eyes out the entire.
This is what I said. These girls crashing out on top, okay? Because what are you crying for? You guys had one interaction. You decided to over divulge all this information of how he makes you feel so soft and feminine, and you coming on real strong. You tried to link up with him, and he said absolutely. You know, he just went silent. Was like, I don't want to be that person, but it's gonna be a no for me, because I can guarantee that in that man's mind he thought, this is too much. Okay, I don't know if y'all did something, didn't do nothing, whatever the situation was, and then now you're trying to reconvene. I'm not sure, but at the end of the day, obviously he wasn't feeling whatever the situation was.
Good night. And I think like a little bit towards the end of the night, I ended up just reading this book to help heal your inner child, and just heal so that when you come, so that you can have healthy relationships with the Lord. And I drank me some tea, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna take it like that. Like I'm literally, when I see him in the gym, I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna go up to him. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna put myself out there. Like I'm not gonna like be shy anymore, because like I've already been in his house. Like we've talked a couple times. Like I just don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's make moves. So I woke up this morning. I am ecstatic. Like, I'm happy. I feel great. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, you're so gorgeous. Like, you're so cute. You're so adorable. And, you know, I'm getting ready. I eat my breakfast. And I get in my car. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to see him in the gym. So I pull up to the gym. I walk in the gym. I don't see him. But I'm like, hey, I ain't looking for him. He'll pop up. And so I go and I start working on my core, and I'm laughing, I'm having a good time, and I'm listening to great music. And then I catch it, like I am looking for him, but I also see him out the corner of my eye. So I'm like, okay, he's up there, great. So I was like, I was gonna make it my mission to like, when he saw me, like, because he always say what's up, I was gonna make it my mission to be like, hey, like how you doing? How's your workout going? Like I was gonna engage in conversation. This man walked past me, and like, though he gave me a mean mug, I don't know. I don't have my glasses, so I really can't see for real. So it looked like he was giving me a mean look. So I was like, what the f did I do? And so this is after sending that whole vulnerable ass text message. So, wait, let me rewind. Whoop, whoop. So then, I think the day before that, I had posted like a video of me in my bra and underwear just showing the progress of my body on Snapchat. And he slid up talking about some whoopie whoop, 360 yada yada. And I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, yeah, for a full body massage, yeah, I'm definitely down, you know what I'm saying? Like, period, yeah. And he was like, oh, he was like, yeah, like we can make that happen or something like that. And I was like, when? And he was like, well, we'll see. So then I tried to post a story to my, a video to my story. I was trying to post a video. And I sent it to him. So then I had to delete it. He's almost like, oh, was it the video of the 360? But would I let you see the 360 and a video where you could just bite me over and see it in person? But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. So after that, I kind of was in my head like, oh, you can respond when it comes to something sexual, but you can't respond. It would be just wanting to spend genuine time with your dumbass. So notice that let's fast forward back to today.
Okay, I just want to. This woman is very long-winded, but the details in this story are very necessary. Okay, when I say they matter, they really matter.
So I'm in the gym, I'm doing my workout with you. I'm watching him in the mirror because why the fuck not? And I'm continuing my workout. So after that, I go to I'm like, okay, like I want to hit the hip abductor because like I just love working out my glutes. Like I like it. So I walk my happy-go-lucky ass over to the motherfucking goddamn hip abductor. And why was he sitting on the other side? Like I knew he was already over there, but I didn't know there was another girl over there, like on the other machine. And he got up and started talking to her. Let me tell y'all something. I did cry. I cried on the Stairmaster and I cried on the motherfucking damn treadmill. And I cried. Why?
I think let me give you my opinion. I feel like this man saw red flags from early and was like, this is gonna be a no-go. You see, once she sent that text about masculine energy and she's in her feminine and this and that, this man said, I cannot do this. Okay, I gotta keep her at bay. I gotta keep her at arm's length, far over there, hand on forehead. While she's doing the windmill, I gotta keep her over there while she's fighting to get to me. That's what I gotta do. Because if I let her too close, this woman seems like a screw will come loose.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to be very honest. That's my genuine opinion on why he started moving funny and why he purposely made sure he was at that same gym that he knew you were gonna be at with somebody else.
Right in the bathroom. And I almost had a panic attack. And y'all probably like, girl, what the fuck? Oh, because he was talking to a girl? Calm the f down. It's not because he was talking to a girl. It was the fact that in that moment, I realized that he did not see me as a person. He did not value me as a person. He just saw me as someone who could boost his ego when he needed it. And hopefully...
Why would you think that he saw you as anything different? Like, I'm confused. He asked you to come to his house off the first link up at the gym and you went. Why would you assume that he sees you any differently? I don't get it. Why would you think that he sees you as what, wifey type or whatever? He saw you the first time at the gym and you linked up with him and you followed him to his house. He asked you for a 360 and you were in your mind you're saying, why you asked me for a 360 when you could just call me over there? Like, what else is he supposed to see you as? A wife?
Support the neck and shoulder, relieve neck and shoulder pain, and sleep comfortably. Orthopedic expert recommendation. Cervical traction pillow. Developed by more than 30 engineers. Each area has
supposed to see you as a wife?
How you gonna ask me to be the mother to your cats? Even if you weren't joking, why would you joke about something like that? And why would you say, oh my god, we would have such cute babies. We would have such cute babies. Then you talk about some, oh, we gonna have a little sushi date. I'm gonna cook you some steak. Why do men put themselves in situations that they don't have to be in? You never had to say that. You didn't have to say none of that shit. And I still would have ate up whatever it was. You didn't have to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to lie. Like, what the actual... So I need to know,
what did he lie about when, right off the rip on the approach, he let you know what it was? Like, right off the... He basically... without saying it, basically let you know off rip by his actions that you're a sneaky link. Okay. Oh, you want to come to the crib? You went to the house. Oh, you're texting him on some regular stuff. He don't respond, but then when he see you half naked on Snapchat, he's responding. Like, he's letting you know actively where he stands with you. You're choosing not to listen to that. You are actively choosing to dismiss that because of what you want in the relationship. He didn't tell you nothing different. The quote-unquote date I was supposed to go on, y'all didn't even go on. And as a matter of fact, I don't know what happened whenever you went to that house. I'm assuming that somehow in this story you're going to end up letting us know the rest of the information. But even moving forward, like, whatever happened, he was like, I'm cool. She could be whenever I'm bored situation. But who opened the door for that? You did. Because you were blinded by how masculine he is and how, in your words, attractive he is to you. Now she tried to pose this situation as she needs advice from the gym girlies because, you know, now this person who would have been helping her in the gym is not there. And so now she needs assistance. This girl was boo-hoo crying off of one hangout session. She was boo-hoo crying on the Stairmaster in front of this man who can see her over him dealing with a woman when you would have thought the two of them had a relationship. You would have thought that he was actively, you know, in a long-term relationship with this woman, met her mom and was ready to marry her, the way that she is boo-hoo crying around this man. And again, my assumption is he felt some weird vibes and was like, I gotta keep you, like I said, arm's length doing the windmill, trying to get to me. But now we're gonna see a series of videos in which she's trying to explain this situation and break down what really happened, because there were some people in the comment section who were eating her up. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch it.
Okay, so I'm sitting in my car because that's what I do sometimes when I feel like going back upstairs. I sit in my car. I'm sitting in my car and I'm just thinking about a lot of stuff. I crashed out. I ended up going to the gym to try to like work it off.
Now, after this entire situation happened, she decided to continuously, you know, tell her information or tell her story of her basically trying to cope with, you know, her feelings and her emotions after all of these things happened and went sour.
But I just want to say thank you for all the kind words everybody said to me. I'm trying to wrap my head around what is really hurting me. And I don't know if it's the fact that everything he said, like I feel stupid for just falling for everything that he said and believing him. And I'm not saying that he said that we were going to be in a relationship, because he did tell me, like, I'm talking to other people because I am single. And I said, that's cool. But what I don't like is you putting on this facade, like, we're going to hang out, not regularly, but every once in a while we're going to hang out and have a good time. And now you're saying there's nothing that you wanted from me? Like, damn, you and my ex must be texting, and you're basically just being just like him, and I don't like that. And he had the audacity to be like, oh, you need to stop comparing people, you need to stop comparing me and compare people to people from the past, because we're not the past. And I'm like, what he was saying, and I was like, you're right, you're not like these guys in the past, you're different, only to be shown exactly how you are like them. So I'm not gonna cry again because there's nothing to cry over. I'm just very, very, very disappointed that he is not who I thought he had grown to be. Like, I thought he had a lot of growth from the last time we hung out, and I don't know if he remembers that time, but I do. And I thought he had some growth, but clearly not. And I'm even more ashamed because I sent him a voice message. I'm just very ashamed because I sent you a whole text message talking about how you make me feel all girly and stuff, and now I'm embarrassed. Because the guy who makes me feel all girly does not feel the same about me. And yet you continue to bother me. Why do you bother me when you don't know? Okay, I see a lot of people are commenting, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all really get me tight. So let me clear up something. First of all, this was somebody who I had a crush on in high school. So like on and off, we've been flirting with each other on and off for a couple years now. He was keeping up with the years, I was not. He let me know it had been 8 years. I didn't even know that because I hadn't been keeping count. Everybody saying I came off too strong. This is just how I am. And I didn't come off too strong because I didn't know everything. I'm the type of person where I'm laying everything out on the table. If you feel like I'm coming off too strong, then that's on you.
This is one of the biggest problems that I see that is happening with a lot of these younger women, right? Because, you know, following down this train, it's usually these women who come back up and talk about how they're lonely and they can't find anybody and like there's no good men out there. But what I tend to find is that a lot of women who are in the dating stage or the vetting stage are not able to pick up on very easily, recognizable signals that men are giving, right? And, the first thing that really caught my attention is when she said, oh, you told me not to compare you to my ex, but you're acting just like him. What's the common denominator in that situation? If originally you were talking to this man and he was acting different than this man, and then all of a sudden the more that he was dealing with you, he started to act like this man, maybe there's something that's going on with you. And then the fact that people had told her in her comment section, like, hey, like maybe you're coming on a little too strong, maybe, you sending him paragraphs and doing the most so early on is maybe where the issue lies. And she's like, oh, well, that's not a me problem, that's a them problem. It's a you problem. Because those people are able to move on. You're the one that's hurting and crying, talking about you were crashing out and you had to go to the gym to let off steam.
But like, literally without saying too much, because like I said, I blocked him. I really don't want to see his video because I don't want him to think I'm trying to bad mouth him. I'm not. But I'm just trying to understand why the situation went the way it went, because like, why would you go out of, and I've already talked to my homegirls about it, and they've all said like, this man, just forget him. I blocked his number, I blocked him on TikTok, blocked him on Instagram. The only thing he's not blocked on is Snap. And the thing about me is I'm always leaving the door open, okay? I'm always leaving the door open. The door will never be locked. So, yeah, but I'm still gonna go to the gym. I'm still gonna go the same time I've been going. And I'm just gonna pretend like I don't see him. Like, I'm just, like, I didn't like how everybody was saying, oh, you came on too strong, I didn't come on too strong. I acted exactly how I normally would act. And this, my thing is like, is it partly my fault? Yes, because like, I've told him in the past, like, hey, this is what I want. And he's like, I'm not with that. And then we don't talk. And then randomly we'll run into each other. And then, my thing about me is it never changes. But what I was saying about telling him all of that stuff that I told him that because I've known him for a while now. So, I felt comfortable in that moment telling him that because of how the hangout went. I've never ever gotten that vulnerable with a guy before, but that's just how he made me feel. So I don't know. Y'all tear me up in comments, and I'm still gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna focus on me, and I'm gonna continue my journey because I'm seeing progress. It sucks. That's all I was basically saying. It just sucks because this play these games all the time. They say the same all the time. Like, why would you say we have cute babies? I've never said to any other guy. I've never said to any man I've ever been with, because anything I say, I'm gonna mean it. I'm gonna mean what I'm saying. Like, yes, we would have cute babies. I've never told a man I've liked him.
Again, this is something that a lot of these women are having issues with. Let me just be real. Let me be frank. Okay, let me be frank. You see, when a man tells you verbatim, I do not want anything serious with you, me and you are not on that level, I'm just trying to play the game. If you with it, cool. If you're not with it, cool. Keep it pushing. When he tells you that, that's a full stop. Now, no matter what he says after that, when y'all jonesing or being cute or, talking to each other on the phone or hanging out, none of that matters, because none of those things, y'all will have cute babies, none of that trumps the fact that this man said he does not want anything serious with you. Okay? When a man tells you that, believe him. Because if a man wants to take you seriously, you're going to know. He's not going to tell you that he wants to sneak and link if he wants to take you serious. That's not what he's going to do. If his feelings change, he's going to be the one to have that conversation with you. Men are very good at pursuing the things that they want.
In a controversial new bill that just passed aimed at making America healthy again, all 50 states approved free water tests for U.S. homeowners to see if they qualify for a home water filtration system. This is due to recent testing by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency revealing record high levels of deadly contaminants in American tap water. You just have to enter your zip code to claim the free water test. Tap the link below to see if you qualify. If you're trusting your tap water because it looks clean, you could be making a dangerous mistake every time you fill a glass.
Men are very good at pursuing the things that they want. What happens is these women get stuck in their delusional mindset where they already were going far. They already had the mindset coming into the situationship of, you know, I'm gonna see if I can change his mind. I'm gonna see if I can make him want more than that. I'm gonna see how far I can get him to go. Like, they already have that mindset. But again, this man blatantly told you, I don't want nothing serious with you. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
You heard him, ignored him. You should have listened.
Because why would I let that come out of my mouth? I've never told a man, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, this, and that, and not do this, this, and that. So sitting here, I'm just like, no, like, you're not mad at him, you're not upset at him. You're upset with yourself because you let yourself be played by somebody who's been on the same type of time and since high school.
As you should be mad at yourself.
That's in high school. So I don't even know why I allowed myself in the day to get away from me, spending my time crying over somebody who don't give a flying, like, literally does not give a flying fuck. And sometimes you gotta have those moments. I'm an Aries with a Leo rising and a Cancer moon, so I'm all over. And I tend to be very
girl. Don't please. I hate to say it, right? I hate to say it, but you see, once they go into these placements and this and that, you know, I don't know if women understand, but it comes across like you are, like chaotic. Like, it comes across very, like you're trying to self-identify with something to give reasoning behind you doing certain things or you having a certain personality trait. Like, it could be from your upbringing, it could be from you know, the amount of siblings you have. Like, there's so many things that go into you being who you are as a person, and when you try to attach yourself to all these other entities, like, men look at that alone and are like, that's a red flag. They're like, okay, so you can't just say that you're emotional or that you're really deep in your feelings. You have to attach to all these different things. Like, I'm just keeping it real.
To my emotions, which, you know, it makes it hard to date because one thing about me, if it's on my chest, I'm gonna get it. I don't really care.
And that's okay. You don't have to care, but that's why a lot of these women end up alone. And they can't figure out what the problem is or why they're getting the results that they're getting. And this is why. Because I don't care what nobody says. You know, I'm going to give him all of my feelings and all my emotions. If he can't deal with it and it's too much and I'm coming out too strong, that's his problem. Oh, I don't care. If I have something to say, I'm going to get it off my chest, whether you like it or not. It's not going to work in a relationship. It's not going to work.
I'm not going to sit there with that baby on my chest. I can't breathe. I have asthma. So, I got it off my chest. I texted him. A lot of people are scared to send people text messages like that because they know the outcome is not going to be what they want. And I knew that going in sending that message, but I had to get that off my chest so that now I know where I stand with him and they know we're good. So I just got to do what I need to do for me and continue pushing on, knowing that this entire time my feelings were genuine. Like, everything was genuine. I was genuine about everything. And not once did I tell him I wanted a relationship. I don't want a relationship. I know there's healing that I need to do before I get into anything with anybody. And he just got out of a relationship. So it wouldn't even have made sense for us to even be in a relationship. But, you know, I do have needs. And he was cute. I liked him for a while. And I was like, this could be a good thing. And somehow me, like, I just wanted to lay everything out on the table so he can't say, like, oh, well, you didn't say this, you didn't say that. And he kept emphasizing how big he was on communication and that I need to communicate with.
This is the problem. You know, you see this I have needs, and you following all these other women talking about how you can sneaky link or you can be the jump off or you can play the game and how you're not going to get your feelings involved and you're not going to get your emotions involved. It most of the time, majority of the time, I'm going to say 97% of the time, for women, that backfires because you're not wired that way. And you shouldn't be upset that you're not wired that way. It's a beautiful thing that you're not wired that way. It's okay that you're not wired that way. You see, you would not be on the internet crying, boo-hooing, and explaining yourself to random strangers on the internet, because if you stepped into that situation and said, I'm looking for a relationship, and he said, I'm not, you guys could have parted ways and you would have moved on. And the space that you were giving to that person, you would have had that space now open for somebody who was looking for the same thing that you're looking for. A lot of times I constantly see these women doing the same things over and over again in different fonts. Right? Like, they see a guy and he says, I do not want a relationship with you. I do not want to be in a relationship. I want a sneaky link. If you're on that type of time, I am, and we're cool, good to go. They think I can change him. They say, I want a man who's a one-woman man. This man says, I want multiple women all the time. And they say, okay, no problem. I'm going to get with him. I can change them. When men are speaking, you need to listen to what they are telling you. Men, you know, a lot of women have this ideology, oh, men aren't good communicators, and men are great communicators. Men are awesome at telling you where you stand, but you have to listen. You can't hear what you want to hear. You have to hear what they're telling you.
Him whenever I'm feeling some type of way, and so I go and do that, and I played myself. I did. So is it gonna hurt seeing him talk to other girls? Absolutely. But the thing about that is none of the girls look like me. I don't think.
Delusional. It doesn't matter what they look like. He wants them, not you. Don't matter. If that's what you're telling yourself to inflate your ego to make yourself feel better, that's delusional. It don't matter if they don't look like you, if you think you look better than them, if you think they rusty crusty, he's giving them the time of the day and not you. You're going to the gym, purposely trying to buck up into this man, hoping that him seeing you will change his mind, and he is telling you, I don't want you, and he's moving on. So trying to, again, all these women, oh, I'm a girl's girl, oh, I'm a woman's woman, oh, I'm part of this sisterhood. You always see those type of women putting other women down. Oh, I don't care because them girls don't look like me, and he wants them. Like, they're not crying on the internet.
Quinn wasn't afraid of being on his knees. He was afraid they'd see his fangs. If they knew what he really was, they'd tear him apart. I need to hide my secret, but until then I'll just be a punching bag. An energy blast sent Quinn flying onto his back. Rex, the ringleader of Quinn's bullies, looked down on him. Still breathing, huh? You should have stayed down. Quinn got back up. He wanted to fight back, but vampires were hated, considered monsters. He smiled. Stay down and miss out on your charming personality? Rex's powers blasted and Quinn was knocked backward. His system chimed. Warning, low health, activate battle mode to survive. Quinn shook his head. He couldn't let on what he was. If anyone even suspected he was a vampire, they'd kill him. Ability users had hunted vampires like Quinn for 1,000 years, and Quinn was surrounded by ability users. But still, his whole body screamed at him to strike back. One bite, one taste of their blood, and he'd be stronger than all of them combined. Rex smiled as Quinn writhed in pain. No comeback this time, huh? Quinn forced a smile. Didn't know you needed my permission to hit like a toddler. Rex's smile faded and he kicked Quinn in the gut again. Quinn's system warned him again. Health points are 1 out of 100. Drink blood now or die. Quinn clenched his fists, humiliated. He could end this in a second, but he didn't fight back. Rex spat on the ground. Pathetic. If you had any dignity, you'd get out of the academy, loser. One of the other bullies called out. Finish him off. Rex stepped up, raising his fist one last time until... Wait! Rex turned, surprised that one of his lackeys was telling him to stop. But then he realized everyone had gone silent. Everything had gone silent. Rex's arm was frozen. What the hell? It's the Ice Queen, one of the students said. Another one covered their mouth. She's the strongest in the academy. The crowd took a step back and a gorgeous blonde student cut through the crowd, her footsteps echoing. Erin snapped her fingers and the ice shattered. Leave him alone. Rex looked at Erin, then back down at Quinn. Stay out of it. Erin raised an eyebrow. I wasn't asking. Rex and the others held still for a moment. Then Rex broke out into a grin. Come on, guys, this loser isn't worth the time anyway. Quinn stared, gobsmacked. Erin was so strong that this whole group of students were shaking in their boots. She stopped in front of him. You better get up. You'll be late. She didn't offer him a hand. Quinn stumbled to his feet. What's the big deal? It's just
them. Like, they're not crying on the internet.
I'm not his type, but he finds me attractive. I don't want to go into detail. I don't even want to talk about it no more, but I see on the verge of tears again, and it's just because I ain't ate all day and I can't eat. I don't have no appetite, but that's okay. That's okay, because I'm going to lose the weight. And I might hit past 137 because I just literally can't. And honestly, I'm just really upset with myself. I'm disappointed with myself.
You should be.
I'm not mad at him because I knew it was going to happen, which is why I did not sleep with him when I went to go hang out with him. As much as I wanted to fold like a goddamn lawn chair. I didn't because I knew it was going to happen. But that doesn't mean I can...
Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. This woman said that she has needs, and that's why she was talking to him, because he was cute. You mean to tell me that this woman has her britches in a bunch, can't eat, crying, snot nose, emotional, explaining herself on the internet about a situation of a man that she was not even intimate with? Are y'all listening to this? Can you imagine? She thinks she's crashing out now. Can you imagine how she would be acting?
If he would have knocked her down.
I can't get up on here and express how I'm feeling and express that I'm upset, because I am. And my feelings, my emotions, everything is valid. If I could go into detail, I would, but like, I really don't want this to be something that is not. Like, I don't want it to blow up. I don't want him to find out that I made the video, because then he's gonna probably get mad. I don't know, okay?
I bet he already found out.
I just know I needed to rant, and I was trying to talk to the gym girlies, but now it's men in my comments also trying to talk out the side of their neck, and I don't really appreciate that, because that video was for the girlies. I wanted the girlies to talk. And a lot of y'all in the comments are saying, like, keep pushing, keep going. Like, I appreciate all the kind words. Like, it really means a lot to me. I just personally, this was somebody who I just really liked for a while. Like, since high school. And I told him, like, he asked me a question. He was like, why, like, when you see me, like, do you still feel the same? And I answered his question. Like, I was like, yeah, like, you know, I didn't see the harm in answering a simple, like, yeah, you know, and it doesn't matter how long it's been since we've seen each other, the feelings are always the same. Like, I'm always going to feel the same way about you. I didn't think there was anything wrong with answering that question. Like, it's a simple question. But clearly, I shouldn't have answered it, because that did give him an ego boost. And I did realize, after talking to a homeboy, that I am probably just an ego booster for him. And at this point, that's why I blocked him on almost everything except for Snapchat. Because I don't want to be that. I don't. Yeah. I'm laughing now because I'm thinking back to when I was in high school, and everybody made, like...
Desperation for a man is not desirable unless they desire you. And even then, and still, it's not desirable. You know, some, like, lay down here, take it. Please, I'm begging you. It might seem cool, but it takes the fun out of it. And that's what this is giving. This is giving, please take me, please be with me, please be in a relationship with me. I'm putting my heart on the line. I'll love you. I'll be the best wife. I'll be the best sister. Like, I'm begging you. And it's like, relax. Like, relax. A lot of these women are so desperate to just get into a relationship and try to fulfill this romantic comedy, Disney movie, fairy tale stuff that they've seen, and they're jumping the gun and missing the steps. And this man is just looking for access. And you're giving him all this information as if that's going to change anything, and he already told you what he's in it for. It's either you are too, or you're not, and keep it pushing. Having your heart broken over somebody who only could possibly see you at the level of sneaky link is diabolical. He told you he don't want you. And you're still trying to tell him, my feelings will never change. You have to love yourself. You have to have self-respect, because that don't make sense. This man already told you he don't want you. And you saying, it doesn't matter if you still don't want me, I still want you. Like,
and I was letting him know. Now, did I let him know too early? Maybe. But like I stated, like, I liked him in high school. I let him know every time we pick back up. I always let him know, like, this is where I stand. You know I want a relationship with you. So why do you keep coming back? And then I asked myself, like, why does he keep coming back? Because you allow him to come back. But if y'all knew what he looked like, you could let him come back too.
I know this video was kind of lengthy, but I would like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your opinions on this entire situation. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.
cancel her, so she's just gonna go ahead and say what's on her mind. Tiffany Haddish was on Godfrey's podcast, and she went viral for saying some interesting things about women having multiple partners and multiple children's fathers. It's interesting theory. I don't know how scientific it is, but we're gonna take a listen.
That I think that that women are we get genetically modified.
How?
And I think that women, and here's my theory, and I could be completely wrong, and the internet probably gonna destroy me for this, but I think women that have more than 2 baby daddies usually have some sort of mental illness.
Really?
Yes, because you get genetically modified to it. I think, okay, so this is what I know. Every time you get pregnant, right, there's stem cells that come from that baby. And as them stem cells end up behind your eyes and your brain and your heart and your lungs and stuff and help your organs heal while the baby take it from you, them cells will always stay with you, right? So that means that man is always in you. And that is why the Bible says you will only desire your husband, correct? That's why you gotta use condoms. Because that baby better get up inside you. The uterus is very porous, much like the mouth, right? So when anything goes up in there, it automatically, the uterus starts to absorb it. It starts going through the vaginal walls and all that, and it gets into the bloodstream, right?
Wow.
And so,
get in there.
So it takes like 6 weeks to get a man out of your system if you have unprotected sex. And it's because he's starting to bind to your DNA, right? And that's why it's couples, when they be together too long, they start looking alike.
K-12 makes going back to school easy. We deliver an education that takes your child beyond the classroom. With interactive curriculum, innovative technology, and personalized learning tailored to your child's needs. Forget the stress of shopping. We send you everything you need to start the school year off right. Just open the door, open the box.
Looking alike.
Now she's onto something with that. There are a bunch of couples out there that look exactly alike, and you wonder, you're like, what the hell happened? Are they cousins? Like, is this some kind of weird relationship? And then you just think about it. The more they are around each other, the more they're kind of mirroring each other and becoming like each other. That is crazy. That is a real question we need to ask. There needs to be some more scientific research done on Tiffany. She's been doing some YouTube research probably. She's been studying the YouTubes.
And it's because he's starting to bind to your DNA, right? And that's why it's couples, when they be together too long, they start looking alike. You start looking like him. Like, it's not, the guy don't always start looking like her. She start looking like him because he is genetically modifying her. And every time you get pregnant by him, you start to get modified, right?
So that gives you a whole new level of power in your relationship. When you come in, you be like, hey, I don't start looking like you. You gonna start looking like me one day. Let me tell you, the more we are together, the more you're gonna start looking like me. I'm the power in this. The seed is powerful in this. You know, there's the argument a lot of women have. They're like, well, y'all can't have a baby if it isn't for the mother. But you can't have a baby if it isn't for the seed, the father. You might be onto something here.
He is genetically modifying her, and every time you get pregnant by him, you start to get modified, right? So if you get pregnant by multiple peoples, right, that's multiple spirits, multiple thoughts, multiple modifications from different DNA strands.
All you hoes, I hope you're listening.
It's causing you to have mental stress. So, and it's very evident, and like what I'm saying is very evident, it makes sense, because like you got all these dating apps, all these women like free sex, free this, whatever, you know, I'm exerting my sexuality and all this, and I don't care if I got 5 kids or 5 baby daddies, whatever. Usually those are mentally, they're struggling in so many different ways, not just financially, but also just like on where to focus, how to remember, because you got too many different bloodlines in your life.
Too many kids.
Is it? Yeah, you able to understand. So that was my theory on
That makes sense. That's very.
And that's why you can't just. That's why you have to use condoms, ladies. That's why you have to use condoms. We cannot genetically modify men.
Whoa. You know, it kind of makes sense. It makes sense what she's saying, because you do notice a lot of women being attached to their children's father. Like, there's some dudes out there that have babies with women, and they're like, there's never a time that I won't be able to get that. That is going to be mine forever. And this theory, if it's a genetic and a scientific theory that actually says the man is imprinted on the woman through the DNA of actually having intercourse, that is insanity. That's a long shot theory, but I think Tiffany might be onto something. Yeah, so interesting. Very interesting. But does he have a point? Like, I think she might be onto something here. Now, I know she didn't just pull this out of thin air, but like I said, it sounds like Tiffany has taken the governor off. She's decided that she is going to tell her truth, her version of her truth, regardless of what the outcome is. She really kind of dropped bombs on this situation, if I gotta say. She dropped bombs on this situation. Yeah. But I think she might be onto a point, because I do notice that a lot of women that are out here trying to emulate the patterns, the dating patterns of men by having a roster, they seem very scattered, you know, and you hear the dating coaches for women, or get the bag coaches, or whatever you want to call them. They're out there telling women to have multiple options and play the field. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're sleeping with all those people. But a lot of women are. Because a grown man worth his salt is probably not going to be in a relationship with a woman where she's just stringing them along and they're not having any type of intercourse. So the fact of the matter is that a lot of these women that have these multiple partners that are out here being slores, that are out here hitting the streets every weekend, going on trips, those trips. Or you can even think about some of the married women that are out here trying to do their thing on the side. Like, they do have a lot of confusion. And I do see things as being kind of out of whack of how they were, of the essence of what we had years and years ago. And this might be the reason for it. Because now we're seeing a sophistication of women's sexual liberation. You know, of course, they had the 60s and it became free love. But even then, I don't think women were going to the extreme of the dating apps era, the Tinders and the Match and the Hinge and all these websites where they have multiple options of men just throwing themselves at them. And a lot of them without principle. A lot of these men are not asking for much. They're willing to pay. They're willing to do everything this woman wants, but it opens a woman up for whichever one she likes. She is interacting with them. And so I think that is what's going on. That's what drives a lot of this confusion that we have going on. I don't know if it necessarily drives them crazy, but Tiffany's saying the DNA is behind their eyes. So call it what you want to. Call it pseudoscience, call it whatever. But I think she might have a point here. This is why I think a lot of women have a problem bonding, pair bonding with their mate once they get there. They're always looking outside for a better deal. This might be part of the reason why that biologically you're not set up to take on multiple partners. So like that, you know, there is still a survival of the fittest that goes on within inside your body, and there are genetic alterations that are happening. I mean, like she said, some of these women with 5 and 6 children are literally, they could be clinically insane if they were tested. You know, I'm not saying this is all, I'm definitely not saying this is all, but there needs to be some more research in this realm. I think so. And of all places, Tiffany Haddish is the one that comes up with the theory and brings it out to the public. Go figure. But anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Fawcett Media.
Everyone should have one of these in their car now for their own protection, especially now that they're so inexpensive. Of all the ones that I review, this is my absolute favorite ratchet. This is the one that's going in my car, and I'll tell you why. Installing and using.
Comedian Gary Owen got robbed. Hey, everybody can get got, obviously, but you got to be more careful.
I had an interesting week. small siblings. I got robbed. My car got broken into. And I'll tell you how it happened. I'm driving. This is last week. And I have the bank receipt. I left the bank at 1:35 p.m. Bank of America. And I'm literally driving by a B of A. And it was so spur of the moment. I drove by. I've had a Bank of America account for a couple years. And I don't use it. I pretty much bank at different bank.
I'm not a fan of B of A, personally. I don't know, something about that, man. I can't get bad vibes.
When the Bank of America, there's been some fraud on my Bank of America credit card. So I had to shut that down. And so I went in, I'm just going to shut my account down. I didn't even really know how much was in it. So I go in and I shut the account down. The lady goes, well, how do you want your funds? I said, can you wire it? And she goes, well, it's too late now. You already closed your account. I said, well, yeah. So I was like, whatever easiest. She said, you want a cashier's check or cash? I said, either. So they gave me cash.
Get the cashier's check.
This is scary. Like, I don't think after I got robbed, I never felt so white and jolly in my life. Like, I'm just going through my life. Everything's okay. No one's gonna rob me. So, one, I have a pretty nice car. It's black. It's got a lot of tin on it. I don't even see the Walmart behind the Bank of America. I'm not paying no attention. I saw it driving down the highway, see a B of A. I pulled in. Bing! I'm in there for about an hour. And I'm so frustrated because I just want to get this money, get out of there and close the account so I ain't got to worry about it no more. And they give me the cash. It's in my front pocket. I get in my car, I'm driving. I'm about to go home. And I'm so glad I did. Because I didn't realize people was following me. And but I think it was an inside job, or somebody was sitting around the parking lot, or the gas station next to it.
Streets is always watching. The wolves is out right now, so you got to watch your back, man. It's not looking good out here. People is hungry, you know.
The gas station next to it, scoping out nice cars and following people. And so I get the cash. I'm in my car. I drive to the gym. I said, I'm just gonna go to the gym real quick and sit in the sauna for a little bit. Wasn't even really working out. I was in the gym 45 minutes. And I come out and I have all this receipt. I got this all stamped. 1:35 p.m. on May 21st, I checked out of Bank of America. At 1:59 p.m., a gym 3 miles down the road, I checked into the gym. So it was 24 minutes from the time I left Bank of America to the time I went to the gym. And I remember I sat on the phone talking to somebody for like 10 minutes before I even went to the gym. I was sitting in the parking lot. That means some dudes was waiting. And I'm so oblivious.
Patiently.
In a controversial new bill that just passed aimed at making America healthy again, all 50 states approved free water tests for U.S. homeowners to see if they qualify for a home water filtration system. This is due to recent testing by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency revealing record high levels of deadly contaminants in American tap water. You just have to enter your zip code to claim the free water test. Tap the link below to see if you qualify. If you're trusting your tap water because it looks clean, you could be making a dangerous mistake. Every time you fill a glass, take a shower, or wash a dish, you could be exposing yourself and your family to toxic, invisible contaminants, poisons hiding in plain sight. The truth is, if you're spending money on bottled water, filtration pitchers, or anything to clean your tap water, you're missing out on serious cash. Why waste it on quick fixes when there's a solution that can protect your entire home? Tap the link below now while it's still available to see if you qualify. This is 100% free to check and takes only 60 seconds of your time. Imagine knowing that every drop of water in your home is clean, safe, and free of the toxic sludge lurking in most American taps. Just 1 minute to protect what really matters, your family's health. Tap the link below now before this program ends.
brave and beautiful trans woman has taken gold in the female competition, winning in every single event by wide margins.
That's right, Drake. And WIAW's own Gwen Wild is on the scene with more from this unprecedented moment. Thanks, Stacey. Indeed, history was made today as Middle Tennessee's own Alex Cruz, a brave and beautiful former high school basketball state champion, absolutely dominated the women's heptathlon, setting new records in both javelin and shot put.
Sometimes life gives you checks and balances, and I definitely got one last week. So I go into work, not working. I go into the sauna. I get a smoothie. I mean, does it get any more like dad type stuff? So I go in.
I can't lie, I get my smoothies all the time. I guess it's part of maturing. You gotta enjoy your smoothies while you can, and your acai bowls. Well, I'll be tearing some acai up. Acai is like my favorite thing, low-key, but I'm really particular about where I go. So.
I'm out. 45 minutes later, the security guard is in a golf cart. This gym, I parked right in front of a camera, so we do have everything on camera. The detectives has it. I'm just waiting to see it. And of course, there's gonna be cameras at B of A. So there's cameras at both places, and there's highway cams. It was 3.5 miles from the bank.
There's cameras everywhere.
And it was a straight shot, no turns. So I come out, and the security guard is sitting next to my car. He's like, "Yeah, they got you." And I went, "Huh? They got you?" We got videos. We're gonna show videos here. They went into all 4 windows, and they finally got in through the passenger rear view window. Yeah. But this didn't take 30 seconds. Right. This took minutes to get to the car. It's, Audis. I got an Audi, and Audis are like tanks. I got 10 on the windows. So
why didn't take the car?
But you could see in all 4 windows where they was pounding, trying to get in. And they finally broke that back one, and they got in, and they went right for the cash in the middle of the car from bank.
Hold up, he didn't take the cash in the gym with him and put it in the locker? I guess you could have got robbed in the locker too. Man, they broke in the car and he had all that money sitting in there. From randomly closing down the account, man. There's a lot of missteps here, but I'm gonna let him cook.
Of America. And then they didn't get nothing else though. They didn't realize there was other stuff in the car. I had a little bit of jewelry in the car. They got the big thing, what they should have got. But they didn't. There was other stuff. I was like, wow, completely missed that. That means they just lift that middle compartment, grab the.
Look at her. He got the security guard lady laughing. That's crazy. But they must have targeted him.
Middle compartment, grabbed the cash in the B of A envelope and took off. So when I looked at the security guard, this dude didn't get a description. He didn't see a car. And the funny part is, I parked away from everybody because I don't like getting dings in my car. You park too close to people, you can get a ding in your car. I purposely parked away from where all the other cars was at the gym so I wouldn't get a ding. Should have parked near everybody. I should have parked right near the gym. Because my theory was, whenever you go to the gym, I never understood people that try to park as close as they can to the entrance. I usually park as far away as I can because you got to walk, get some steps in. That's the old man in me coming out. That's the old man. I get them 10,000 steps a day. That's what the doctor says, to keep the heart attacks away. So I park as far away as I can. I parked all by myself with no other car in sight. And the fact that the security guard, who is on a golf cart, driving around the parking lot, didn't see nothing. And then I'm not blaming him, but I'm like, dude, what were you doing? Were you phone boning? Was you looking at TikTok? Like, what was going on that you didn't see this at all?
How many of y'all believe that security guard didn't see anything? That security guard is just knowing this job ain't paying enough for the retribution that could come from me actually saying what I saw. I'm pretty sure he could have access to the videos, which I'm sure the police got access to. But man, this is crazy. That's unfortunate. But you got to be careful, man. You got to be extra vigilant, man. It makes you want to think about your surroundings at all times, going into these banks and making big withdrawals. Like, you automatically are seeing somebody, and let them recognize who you are. they automatically know you have something. So Gary Owen was a sitting duck for that. And what lets me know that they saw him all the way at the bank and followed him there is that they went specifically for the money. They knew the money was going to be there. So it could have been an inside job. I hate to put that out there on them, because that might open Gary up for some type of lawsuit from that person, whoever served him at the bank. But, it seems like there was too much knowing, or maybe this was a hot location where they just do that. That's just the mission that they have. They set people up and they follow them. I'm wondering if this was in Ohio. I believe he lived in Ohio or California. Because California, there's a whole network of people calling each other and saying, hey, I seen so-and-so coming out of here. Woo. He going to the gym. Let's get him when he at the gym. Yeah, they will line you up in LA. For real. But, yeah, man, you feel sorry for Gary, man. Is this Gary's karma for breaking up with his black wife? Did Gary get disinvited from the cookout from y'all because he broke up with his wife and it was all public and everything? It was a nasty, nasty breakup. You never heard about Gary getting robbed before he broke up with his wife. Before he broke up with his wife, Kenya. I think her name was Kenya. Yeah, it just, a lot of stuff is weird. A lot of stuff is going on, man. But I'm glad that he wasn't harmed in the situation. You know what I mean? He's a comedian. He's funny. Yeah. Say what you want to say about his personal life, but he's got, a career that's thriving, and he's trying to keep going with that career. So it sounds like there wasn't enough money to really break him, but I'm sure he was really pissed off because, I don't know what comedians are doing. Sometimes some of my friends that are actors, they get bored and they do stuff like, I should shut down that bank account and carry a bunch of cash. Anyway, I'm glad Gary's okay. You can replace those windows. Hopefully you can replace that cash, do a couple shows, couple weekends, not even a couple shows. You can do one show probably and replace that cash. So it's not a huge deal, but I thought it was interesting. As a warning to all of us out here that we got to be careful. Because like I said, I was at the ATM. I felt like a sitting duck. I'm like, this is not the way this is supposed to go. It seems like the banks would take more precautions to protect their customers, but obviously it's not a lot, That's why a lot of people don't even carry cash. They don't even see cash. So they leave cash alone and just pay for everything on a card. And I don't blame them. But anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell notification for all uploads. If you want to watch more, please watch one of these videos down below. This is Foresight Media.
6 reasons why they're trying to ban this book. I'm honestly amazed at how incredible this natural healing handbook is, only a few weeks in, and I'm already obsessed. Here's why this handbook is an absolute game changer. Do you know how many people silently suffer from kidney problems? The kidney health section in this handbook shows you recipes and remedies that can naturally detox your kidneys and support urinary health. Surprising combos like turmeric and ginger tea can flush out toxins, reduce inflammation, and even help with kidney stones. What's even better? It gives you exact dosages and instructions so you can get it right every single time. No more guesswork. Heart health is a growing concern, and this handbook focuses on boosting your cardiovascular system naturally. Did you know that dark chocolate combined with strawberries can improve blood flow and reduce bad cholesterol? This book makes it simple to protect your heart with easy science-backed recipes. Unlike other health resources, the Natural Healing Handbook is all about taking action right away. This is a must-have for anyone.
Come on, why, boys? Why did you have to go through this? I know you want the clout. I know you want to grow. Snapping at a comedian is not advised. You do not want to do this. You do not want to do this. Boyce Watkins started this. Let me get the sauce.